a player gets a straight red card at the World Cup. VAR reviews it. Three officials looks at the monitor. And then the referee, Rafael Claus, walks over, watches the replay and shows red. There's an automatic one match ban anywhere you play that game. That is the rule written down in black and white, Article 66.4 of FIFA's own disciplinary code. Then the President of the United States picks up the phone call and calls Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, and the ban just disappears. Or, as per FIFA's version, is postponed. Not overturned by an appeals panel, not reviewed by an independent body, erased after a phone call from a politician. Welcome to FIFA's World Cup. Everybody, where the laws of the game now come with a customer service line, but apparently only if you are the host nation. Quick recap for anyone who has been living under a rock for the last few weeks. Last Wednesday, round of 32, the USA versus Bosnia and Herzegovina in the 64th minute, USA were winning 2-0. Folarin Balogun, America's leading scorer this tournament with 3 goals, steps on the ankle of Tarik Moharemovic. VAR calls the referee to the monitor, red card, and off he goes. The US play the last half hour with 10 men and see out the win. Now, was it a harsh red? You could argue that. Pochettino said it was never a red. Balogun himself said yellow would have been fair. Even the English manager Thomas Tuchel said he didn't think it was a red card. Fine, that's responsible people can disagree about the tackle. But here's the thing, the card was given on the field. On-field decision, whether it is VAR reviewed or not, it is done. And FIFA's rules are crystal clear. Article 66.4 states that red card equals automatic one-match ban. Article 10.5 of FIFA's own World Cup 2026 competition regulation says sent off means automatically suspended from their team's subsequent match. FIFA even confirmed it on their own circular number 16 for this tournament. Automatic. That word matters. It means no discretion, no wiggle room, no unless the striker is really important to the host nation's marketing plan. And then POTUS calls Gianni Infantino and asks FIFA to review the red card. That's as per the Associated Press. And on Sunday, the day before USA versus Belgium, FIFA's disciplinary committee suddenly discovered Article 27, dusted it off, and announced that Balogun's suspension was, yes, suspended for a probationary period of 1 year. Trump's response? He posted a thank you to FIFA for doing what was right and reversing a great injustice. A great injustice, a red card at a football tournament reversed by a presidential phone call. Let's be absolutely clear about what Article 27 is, because FIFA is hiding behind it like a shield. Article 27 lets a judicial body suspend the implementation of a disciplinary measure and puts the player on probation. That exists. It's real. You know what it's never been used for? Wiping out an automatic red card suspension at a World Cup. This is the first time since 1962 when Garincha and when the rules were completely different and there was no automatic ban at all, that a World Cup red card hasn't resulted in a suspension. 64 years, thousands of red cards, players have missed World Cup finals over this rule. And the seal gets broken now. For the host nation's star striker, the day after the White House calls, FIFA wants you to believe that these two things are unrelated, that the timing is a coincidence, that the disciplinary committee just spontaneously developed a passion for probationary sentencing on the eve of a knockout match. Nobody is buying it. And I mean nobody. UEFA, the governing body for all of European football, and not always a great body at that, put out a statement saying FIFA crossed a line. And they're absolutely right. It's their words. They expressed, I quote, disbelief at such an unprecedented, incomprehensible, and unjustifiable decision. Sepp Blatter, the man who ran FIFA for 17 years, and I don't think anybody will say that he was always doing everything over the board, but he knows exactly what the bodies, where the bodies are buried. And he went on X and said, red cards are not overturned by political phone calls. They are overturned by rules, evidence, and independent bodies. At least this time he's saying the correct thing. And then he asked the question hanging over this entire tournament. Quo vadis, FIFA? So where are you going, FIFA? When Sepp Blatter is lecturing you about governance and integrity, you haven't just lost the plot. You have burned the book it was written in. And what about Belgium? The team that actually has to face Balogun tonight. The Royal Belgian FA said it was astonished and per their official statement is investigating all potential options to safeguard the legitimate rights of all participating teams and to protect the fundamental principles of fair play. They have now lodged a formal appeal. Reports say FIFA gave both federations until 5 in the morning Pacific time, 12 hours before kickoff to submit arguments. 12 hours. For a case FIFA itself created. And there is no guarantee of a ruling before the match. If this dies in the appeal room, don't be surprised if it ends up at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Belgium's coach Rudy Garcia summed it up best. I did not know that in the offices of FIFA, the 5th of July was the 1st of April in Europe. Now, here's where it goes from bad to genuinely rotten. Because FIFA's mercy is not distributed equally. Let me give you two names. Assim Madibo, the Qatar midfielder, group stage against Canada. Horrible tackle on Ismael Kone, broke the man's leg, tibia and fibula. Kone stretchered out straight into surgery. World Cup over, season probably over. Red card, obviously. And FIFA's disciplinary committee, the same committee, handed Madibo a 5-match ban. Was that ban wrong? No. That's what a disciplinary committee is for. Serious foul, serious consequences. Nobody called the president of Qatar, or rather, if anyone did, it did not work. Madibo served his punishment and Qatar went home. So follow the logic. A player from Qatar breaks a leg, 5 matches, throw the book at him. A player from the host nation, the tournament's cash cow, the country whose president has draped himself over the World Cup like a flag, the one who won the FIFA Peace Prize, stamps on an ankle, a Bosnian ankle. It's just luck that that ankle did not break. One phone call and that ban evaporates with a probation note. Same committee, same rule book, same tournament. The only variable that changes who was on that phone. And then we come to the holy cow. Lionel Messi. Argentina versus Algeria. Messi goes through the back of Aisa Mandi. Studs into the back of the calf. No card. Not even a VAR review recommendation. And what does Messi do next? He scores his first ever World Cup hat-trick and ties Miroslav Klose's all-time World Cup goals record. What a lovely story for FIFA's highlight reels. Huh? Alexei Lalas put the two clips side by side on social media. Messi's challenge and Balogun's. And asked the obvious question. Are they both similar? Should they be given the same treatment? Of course, Lalas, being from the US, would have some motive behind this. ESPN's Alejandro Moreno said Messi 100% deserved red and called it what it is. Preferential treatment for the stars. Balogun's teammates were furious at the time. Christian Pulisic said there was much worse that went on in this tournament. I don't know what he means. We will probably have a separate episode with all the controversies lined up. So if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe to European Footballer Hunter. But you know what? Pulisic is right. The officiating has been inconsistent. Messi got away with one, and that's a genuine grievance. But here is the trap, and this is the part that makes me angry. FIFA took a legitimate complaint about refereeing consistency And instead of fixing the refereeing, they used it as a cover to hand the host nation a political favor. Two wrongs do not make a right. Re-refereeing a particular decision doesn't make it right. Messi escaping a card is a refereeing failure. Balogun escaping a ban that was already issued is an institutional failure. One is a possible human error at match speed. The other is FIFA in an office in cold blood folding to a head of state. Even the US camp knows how absurd this is. Defender Chris Richards said the squad thought the news was AI generated when they first saw it. We weren't sure if it was true or not. The beneficiaries couldn't believe it. And don't let anyone tell you this is a one-off. There's a pattern here. Remember Cristiano Ronaldo? 3-match ban carried into this World Cup from a red card last year. And FIFA conveniently suspended the final 2 games so he wouldn't miss the group stages. The megastar exemption was already being beta tested. Balogun is just the full public rollout with a presidential seal on top. Norway's coach Ståle Solbakken said it plainly. What about the next red card? What happens then? It's a bad decision that will hurt the World Cup. Thomas Tuchel, the English manager whose own player Kwanzaa was sent off against Mexico, asked a question FIFA cannot answer. Who overturns this decision then and when? And on what grounds? How far does this go now? Where does this start and where does this end? Should he get on the phone to Downing Street about Kwanzaa now? Should France ring the Elysee about Olysse's yellow? And why not? The precedent now exists. The rule book is negotiable if your government is important enough. That is the thing about integrity. It is binary. Either the red card means the same thing for Assim Madibo as it does for Folarin Balogun, or it means nothing at all. Either the disciplinary committee is independent or it's a concierge desk for powerful men. And Infantino has told us which one it is. This is the same FIFA president who has spent 2 years orbiting the White House like a satellite, who's moved the FIFA offices into Trump Tower. And now, when the host country's president calls about a red card, FIFA's 50 years of president folds in under 72 hours. So, tonight USA plays Belgium and Folarin Balogun, a genuinely brilliant striker, and let's be fair to the kid, he didn't ask for any of this, will probably be on that pitch. Belgium's appeal is being heard urgently, which in FIFA speak means after it no longer matters. And as per latest updates, they have rejected it because that appeal did not have the written version of why FIFA changed it. So FIFA negated that appeal after creating it by themselves. But whatever happens in that match, if Balogun scores, then the goal has an asterisk. If Belgium loses, they'll believe forever that they were cheated before a ball was kicked. If the US go on a run, every match carries the smell of rot in this decision. FIFA hasn't just wronged Belgium, they have wronged Balogun too. They have wronged US MNT too. And they have wronged every fan who wants to believe the results are earned on the grass, not in a phone call between two men in suits. Sepp Blatter asked, "Quo vadis, FIFA?" I'll tell you where. To a place where the World Cup is a political trophy. The rule book is a suggestion, and the red card is only read until someone important sees it. That's not football. That's theater. And we have all bought the tickets for it. If you think FIFA got this right, tell me why in the comments. I want to hear the defense because FIFA hasn't offered one. If you like this video and if you're as furious as I am, subscribe for the fallout after tonight's match. Because if Belgium goes to CAS, this story is just getting started. See you after the final whistle.